and coverage. That's what's going on. If you look at the polls, Trump seems to be very steady with the people who voted for him. The new Fox News poll, job approval, I think has him at 48 approved, 47 disapproved. Not very different from the election results.
Well, Byron, we've got a new Rasmussen poll, it's a tracking poll, came out today. 55% approval of President Trump. That's a very strong number. And that came after the fiery conference. I don't know. Well, I don't think it was taken after the Florida event, but certainly after some of the more vigorous performances by the president recently.
Right. Well, Rasmussen has used a different voter screen and has gotten a higher approval rating for Trump than some of the other polls. I've always thought to average the polls together, them go as low as the low 40s. Rasmussen's the top at the 55. Cut it in the middle. I think Fox poll is about right there in the middle. So I think that basically the support for Trump is kind of like the election results last November, which is not really a surprise for a president who's doing pretty much precisely what he campaigned on doing.
This new immigration order that we're expecting sometime this week, we don't know exactly when this week, it will include the 7 already named predominantly Muslim nations. Is it going to pass legal muster?
Well, my guess is ultimately yes, it will. The thing is that there were 2 constitutional issues raised against the current executive order. The first was that it allegedly denied due process to some people who wanted to enter the country. The other was that it was an unconstitutional religious discrimination against Muslims. First of all, if Trump rescinds that executive order and issues a new one, all the lawsuits against the old one just go away. But, and I think Trump will fix the problems on the due process complaints. However, I think we should expect a ton of lawsuits against the new order, alleging that there's some sort of unconstitutional religious discrimination. Trump has a very strong case against that argument, but we'll probably see it go to the Supreme Court.
Okay, we shall. Byron York, as always. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Stuart.
See you soon. Now, demonstrations which we've been seeing recently, we hear of dozens of workers who took part in the demonstration last week. It was a walkout, you know, the Day Without Immigrants protests. We hear that some of those workers who walked out have been fired, Cheryl.
Dozens of them have, but several of them were told by their bosses, do not take tomorrow off. There's going to be consequences, and many of them now have been fired. Let's first start with 12 employees, the I Don't Care Bar and Grill in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They were fired. They thought they were going to just maybe get reprimanded, but the boss told them, don't take the day off. We're staying open. They didn't show up. They're now without jobs. And, of course, there was this big outcry after it. You've got 6 people fired from their jobs at the Bahama Breeze in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. I could go on and on. 18 workers from Bradley Coatings were let go. Another part of the country told you need to come to work. And this is, there's several instances of these small businesses, but these small businesses, they need workers there.
Well, look,
we hire you to be there.
If you deliberately walk out of your job for a political purpose, knowing that you're going to hurt the business that employs you, I think you've got grounds to be fired.
I mean, what do you expect will happen?
And if you've been warned in advance, I think you should expect to be fired.
Right. Well,
I think this whole thing was an attempt to distort President Trump's position on immigration. He favors deporting criminal illegals. These demonstrators are trying to say that President Trump and America hates all immigrants, which is nonsense, for heaven's sake.
Well, you know, you can't expect, if you're going to be in this country and you want to be a part of this country, we work. Americans like to go to work. We're very, you know, how much vacation do we take versus the Europeans? You know, I mean, so if you want to be in America and work here and be an American, join that worked on Thursday.
You realize that Ashley and I...
We showed up.
We showed up.
I was there with you.
We're immigrants.
Yeah,
but we're immigrants.
Yes.
I got a lot of
Europeans.
And I'll never forget
being an immigrant. I really do. How about this one? Here's a success for you. Elon Musk's space firm, it's called SpaceX, successfully launched a rocket carrying a cargo for the International Space Station, and, well, better yet, the rocket successfully landed back on the launching pad back in Florida. That is a success. Up without hitch, down without hitch. There you go.
Good.
There you go. Look at that.
It's very cool.
That means
That's very cool.
it's reusable.
Yes.
That means a private enterprise has introduced something very interesting in our space program.
Good point about the launch pad as well. It's a famous launch pad.
It is. It's one the moonshot took off from there. That's right. And there it is. Look at that. How do they do that?
The coolest thing ever. Boom. Thank you very much.
I changed my opinion on Elon Musk. Just like that. The New York Times says President Trump doesn't know anything about black life. What do YouTube stars Diamond and Silk have to say about that? You'll get an earful in a moment.
Yes, you will.
Let me tell you.
Baby, sometimes I'm so carefree with a joy that's hard to hide.
Dear Predictable, there's no other way to say this. It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony. Together we are perfectly balanced. Our senses awake. Our hearts racing as one. I know this is sudden, but they say if you love something, set it free. See you around, Julia.
Exceptional reporting every business day. Trust FBN for in-depth insight, breaking headlines, smart investigation, and the political buzz. From Wall Street to Washington to the heartland. If it moves the markets, it's already on Fox Business Network.
Have you been diagnosed with spinal stenosis, bulging or herniated disc, sciatica, or other chronic spine conditions? Are you ready to find lasting relief? Call Laser Spine Institute, the nation's leader in minimally invasive spine surgery, to learn how a one incision can have you up and walking within a few hours of surgery, free from chronic back pain, and with no hospital stay and no lengthy recovery.
Call 1-844-435-BACK now for your no-cost MRI review.
Take your first step in joining over 60,000 patients who found lasting relief at Laser Spine Institute.
My boss would send me home because I was in excruciating pain. Going to Laser Spine Institute, I go in, I have the procedure, and walk out a changed person, good to go back to work. It's changed my life completely.
If you've been told you might need neck or back surgery, call 1-844-435-BACK now for your no-cost MRI review.
Laser Spine Institute, a less than 1-inch incision, a lifetime of standing tall.
My Scotty jacket has all these hidden pockets, so you can carry whatever you need, wherever you go, and no one will ever know. We call it Scotty vesting.
I Scotty vest when I travel, which keeps my hands free, but my boarding pass, camera, phone, and tablet within easy reach.
I Scotty vest when I'm out with the kids, or on my way to a meeting, so I'm never without his special toy, or the boss's special report.
And I Scotty vest when I'm outdoors, so I can quickly get to my binoculars, camera, map, or phone without having to dig through a backpack.
With a full line of jackets, pants, hoodies, and more, and special features like RFID blocking, Scotty vesting will change your life. Try it out. Own the moment. Scotty Vest. Visit scottevest.com to find our full selection of clothing or find us on Amazon. Use promo code TV for 20% off your first order.
Trump goes on the offensive.
We are not going to let the fake news tell us what to do.
After sounding off at his rally,
We have to tell the Democrats to stop their tactics of delay.
Dobbs has all the fallout. Part of our powerful early prime lineup tonight.
As we've told you for most of the morning, and you've seen it, Melania Trump, First Lady, recited the Lord's Prayer in Florida over the weekend. The left was utterly outraged at this, especially on Twitter. Ashley's going to tell us then what happened.
Well, there's one particular very nasty, vile Twitter account that went on and on about Melania. You can only imagine what they were saying. I'm not going to talk about it, but our colleague here at Fox Business, Courtney Crawford, got on to Twitter yesterday and said, you know, what are the rules? Why is this account still up? Why isn't it being suspended? Well, they just posted back, said, here are the rules, blah, 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 blah. Continued to put pressure, and now we understand that account has been suspended. But again, very, very vile reaction to the First Lady reciting the Lord's Prayer and bringing in all sorts of issues.
It's the free speech issue,
free
isn't it?
speech, but at some point.
Yeah. but you got to see the rules. What are the rules? At what point do you break those rules?
Judges what's vile and what's not. This is clearly vile by anyone's standard.
Don't read it.
I'm not going to.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now this is cool, so I'm told. Fox's Gary Gastilow is in Connecticut. He's driving an all-wheel drive Dodge Challenger. He's doing donuts in the snow. I don't know why, but Gary, are you telling me that this is the first American all-wheel drive muscle car? Is that why you're doing this thing?
There he goes.
It's the first all-wheel drive two-door muscle car, that's right. Dodge is the first one to do this. They had the Charger four-door muscle car that had all-wheel drive, and they said, you know, hey, there's a lot of people who aren't buying the Challenger because they need all-wheel drive, so let's re-engineer that system, put it in here, see if people bite. I'm up here in Lime Rock Park in Connecticut where they have a great track that happens to be covered in snow today. Normally wouldn't want to be doing this in a muscle car, but it's fantastic, and they tuned it so you can still do donuts. It still acts like a rear-wheel drive car, but when you get stuck, it has that front-wheel drive traction to pull you out of it, and I'm not having any trouble getting up these hills or getting out of these turns.
Okay, so the fact that it's all-wheel drive, that's a first for a muscle car. Is that correct?
That's correct. You can't get a Mustang with all-wheel drive. You can't get a Camaro with all-wheel drive. This is a competitive advantage for Dodge right now. This car has actually been on sale since 2008. It's one of the oldest cars on the market today, but they keep reinventing it. The last 2 years were actually its best sales years yet, and this should help them get some more sales in those 17 snow states in the snow belt.
All right, Gary, I want a truthful answer to this question. If I were to drive that car at my age and do what you are doing now, would I look ridiculous?
You would look fantastic. I mean, this is perfect for you. I mean, remember, the original Challenger was, what was that, 50 years ago? So, you know, I think it's kind of from your era anyway, Stuart.
Oh, 50 years ago, we got that.
Let me tell you, I am not a very good driver. I am not a good driver. This is making it look very easy right now.
How cool.
But I do remember 50 years ago.
Yes, you do remember.
I do remember it, yes. It's not that far away.
So you do that in your Chrysler van.
No, I can't do that. But I did own a Porsche 911.
Hey, sniff, did we?
I did.
I can see that.
With one of those whale tails to stabilize it, and big fat racing wheels in the back.
I can see you channeling your inner James Bond.
Yes, but that was a long time ago. I can't drive a car like that these days. All right, well, Gastilow is merrily doing his donuts right there. We're just leaving him alone to let him do that. Thank you very much indeed, Gary. I'm sure you'll still be doing donuts in an hour when we go back to you. All right. How about this? Snap. Now, it used to be called Snapchat. Now it's called Snap, okay? There's reports of a secretive product development lab. Anything new?
Well, it begins its roadshow in London today, and it's out there saying, look, we can build some hot hardware gadgets and also some software, so we're going to be a lot more than just an app that provides disappearing messages. That is the word as it tries to drum up some excitement for the IPO. Bottom line is a lot of questions being asked, and we've talked about this at length. What do you value this company at? They've reduced the value down to 19 billion at the low end, but the question is, user growth is dropping off. They can't make money. So as they hit the road today in Europe to start building momentum for their IPO, they're trying to say, we're going to be, basically, they're going to turn themselves into a camera company. That's what we hear.
Another example of investors have to be careful when you get these big, flashy IPOs. Don't listen to what Goldman Sachs tells you about the company and how great it is and it's valued at $25 billion. Do that research and ask yourself, do I understand what this company does, and do I believe in this business model? A lot of times it doesn't flush out. Another story.
Cheryl Cassoni, everybody, clearly not that much in favor of Snap.
No, it's an IPO anyway. Kind of fun for a nap.
How about this one for you? A driver caught riding with a lifelike dummy in the carpool lane. That would have fooled me, quite frankly. This is in Tacoma, Washington.
Hello.
The blonde mannequin buckled into the passenger seat. The driver was fined and given a ticket for speeding. That's it. That happens a lot in Los Angeles.
It does happen, I believe. New York, too. Good-looking dummy.
Would have fooled me. We got a new study, and it says the Dow could hit 30,000 by the end of Trump's first term. It's not a study. It's a forecast from a guy who wants to make a headline. There are caveats to that 30,000 Dow forecast, by the way, and we'll have them for you in a moment. Stay right there.
Well, lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like...
immigration battle and Trump's new executive order. We break down the latest developments and all of the fallout in our must-see midday lineup today.
Attention. Attention.
This is an urgent consumer alert from the Annuity Action Network. If you are currently getting or will be getting annuity payments, structured settlement payments, and lawsuit settlement payments, you may qualify for a lump sum of cash or an annuity exchange. You need to call 1-800-546-9503. Again, if you are getting or will be getting annuity or other payments from an insurance company, you may be entitled to a lump sum of cash. Federal and state laws have changed. Call us now to find out how they affect your annuity or insurance company payment rights and lump sum options. The number to call is 1-800-546-9503. To find out about your valuable annuity payment rights, you need to call the Annuity Action Network at 1-800-546-9503. The call is free. Call now for official information about your annuity payment rights. Call the Annuity Action Network right now at 1-800-546-9503. Or text the word ACTION to 99000 to get started today. This was an official consumer alert from the Annuity Action Network.
Life is full of challenges. Believe me, I know. And being overweight didn't help. Nutrisystem was there for me. They helped me, and they can help you too.
Introducing new Lean 13 from Nutrisystem. Lose up to 13 pounds and 7 inches overall your first month. Lose weight fast. Money back guaranteed.
I believe God gave us one body, and it's up to us to take care of it. Because you can't take care of anyone else until you take care of yourself. I'm Marie, and I lost 50 pounds with Nutrisystem.
Order your 28-day plan and we'll rush you Nutrisystem's Lean 13. Get specially designed meals, plus get 1 week of new Nutri-Crush bars to crush cravings free. 1 week of turbo shakes to bust belly bloat free, and free FedEx shipping.
No fads, no gimmicks, just safe, effective weight loss. I believe in you. I know you can do this. Just make the call.
Go online or call 877-318-DIET right now and get new Lean 13 with bars and shakes free.
Hey guys, loving that salad? Keeping you satisfied? That's not how you do it. Nutrisystem for Men, the weight loss program built to fill you up and let you lose weight fast. Lose 15 pounds and 7 inches overall in your first month. Lose weight fast, money back guaranteed.
I have more energy than I've had in years.
I'm feeling lean and mean.
Burgers, pizza, lasagna, turkey.
Man food.
Order your 28-day plan right now.
Nutrisystem did all the work, so I don't have to.
With Nutrisystem for Men, you'll get specially designed meals. Plus 1 week of new Nutri-Crush bars to crush cravings free. And 1 week of protein-packed turbo shakes to bust that gut free. Call or go online in the next 2 minutes and we'll even throw in FedEx shipping free. Lose 15 pounds and 7 inches overall in your first month. Lose weight fast, money back guaranteed.
My gut is gone.
Guys, ditch the salad and get real results with Nutrisystem for Men.
Go online or call 888-292-THIN right now and get Nutrisystem for Men with bars and shakes free.
Monday, Monday, so good to me.
Well, that's kind of laid back. I remember that, Mamas and the Papas, from way back when. Monday, it's sort of laid back music.
California laid back sound.
Well, our competitors may be laid back because they're not on the air. They're actually sleeping, I believe. But we are alive and well, and we're eager to cover politics and money, because that's
never
what
a
we
dull
do.
moment.
And there's plenty to cover today.
Ain't that right, Cheryl? Thank you very much. For a start, take a look at this. Headline, New York Times op-ed page. Why Donald Trump doesn't understand black life. Well, let's get an answer to that one from YouTube stars Diamond and Silk, former Democrats turned very eloquent Trump supporters. Diamond and Silk, welcome back. Always good to see you, ladies. How are you?
Doing wonderful. Thank you for having us.
Okay. You used to fill out each other's sentences. Now you speak in unison. Okay. Now, what would you like to say to the New York Times when they say, hey, the Trump president, he doesn't understand you? What would you like to say?
Well, the New York Times is lying. President Trump do understand black life. He understands the black lives that stand in Chicago that's been riveted by crime. He understands that the urban and inner cities need to be rebuilt in Detroit. He understands that black lives need jobs. They need opportunities. They want to be entrepreneurs. So he understands black lives very well.
And he also understands that black lives are included as Americans
And that's why we are all Americans first.
Well, the Times says that Mr. Trump has, here's the quote, he has long trafficked in racist rhetoric. What do you say to that?
That's a lie. That's a lie. You know what? When I look at some of these groups like the NAACP and the Congressional Black Caucuses, these people are supposed to represent black people, but they don't represent building up the inner and urban cities because they haven't thought of that idea. That's right. They so busy trying to fight the president. How about coming together so that we can build the inner and urban cities? Exactly. You know, so President Trump is the only one that's talking about it. And when they can't be right, they call him a racist. Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you make of the president's style, especially at that rally in Orlando, in Florida over the weekend? Seemed to us like he was back in campaign style. Did you like it?
Listen, we was there. We was on stage. We opened up for it. We loved it.
You were there? I didn't know. What did you say?
He was there. Yes. He won this campaign by the people. We were so happy that he was back out there with the people. Yes. We the people, baby. And it's going to take we the people to make sure everything is in line. That's the agenda is being pushed. Our borders is going to be secure. Jobs are going to come back where we can thrive. And baby, this country is going to be safe again.
Okay, lots of protests around the country today. The protests are called Not My President. Because, of course, it's President's Day. And the protesters are saying, Mr. Trump, you are not my president. What's your response to that? Go ahead.
Well, if you are an illegal immigrant, you may be right. He's not your president. You need to go back to your country where your president. That's right. But what I want to say to these liberals and to the teary-eyed snowflakes, either they can get on the Trump train or get the hell out of the way before they melt away. That's right. Because, baby, he is already in the White House, and if you live in the United States, he is your president.
You know, when I do interviews, I often lean in towards my guests, like I'm doing now. I kind of lean in. But when you ladies are on the screen, I gotta, whoa, get right back, because you're coming at me like a freight train. I like it, okay? Will you come again?
We will come again. Choo-choo, baby, yes.
Did you get a lot of recognition in Florida?
We sure do. We got a lot of love in Florida. We got a lot of love. Shout out to all of our fans. We love you all.
Amazing. We love having you on the show. You're so lively. We like that.
Thank you.
You come and see us again soon. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate it. Okay. Diamond and silk, absolutely unique.
At the rally. Wow. I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know, because the cameras didn't take the rally until Melania stood up there, so I didn't see them warming up the crowd. I didn't know they were there. There they are. Lots of recognition. I wish I could have seen that.
Nice.
Because
how great is that?
That's good stuff.
Yes.
Look, if you're a Trump supporter, that's good stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
If you're not a Trump supporter, you don't like me. That's the way it is. Investors will not like this. Leading Senator Lindsey Graham, he says there are nowhere near enough votes in the Senate to pass the House tax cut plan. Uh-oh, watch out. There's a